Hello, chess tubers, and welcome back. Today's episode is going to be nothing short of epic. I've learned a lot on this journey. Let's see what destiny has in store for me today.
Thank you, Geminina. All right, let's begin with a quick recap of how far we've come. In Episode 1, we brought Geminina to life, a chess engine built from scratch using Gemini 2.5 Pro, powered entirely by vibe coding. At first, she played purely random moves, but she was alive, responsive, and ready to grow. Then in Episode 2, we began her training arc, step by step adding real chess logic and introducing new techniques that gradually gave her real strength. By the end, she had already achieved a solid win against Stockfish Level 0, a level estimated around 1320 ELO. But we didn't stop there. In the last episode, Geminina took another leap forward. With even deeper improvements, she went toe-to-toe with Stockfish Level 1, and she won, convincingly. What a journey so far! And now, you might be wondering, what's the goal for today? You'll never guess. I won't spoil it for you just yet, but let's just say this episode, it's going to be something truly epic. Let's see for ourselves. Geminina had done the impossible. The monstrous Stockfish Level 1 had fallen, and the world of chess code could breathe, if only for a moment. But there was no time to celebrate, no victory parade, no moment of rest. The road ahead stretched like an endless board, its squares darker, its traps deeper. Her journey was far from over, and soon a daunting truth became clear. Each opponent she would face next would be stronger than the last. The next monster? It wasn't Stockfish Level 2, not even Level 3 or 4. It was Stockfish Level 5. A ruthless titan of silicon, with eyes like evaluation bars, and a soul forged from brute force search and cold-blooded precision. Geminina, still learning, still young, would have to face it as she was. No upgrades, no reinforcements. Just her raw code, her courage, and the lingering echo of past victories. Was it brave or foolish? No one knew, but we were about to find out. And so, the battle was fought and lost. Stockfish Level 5 did not just win, it dominated. 9.5 to half a point, a crushing defeat. The worst score we've seen in this journey so far. But no shame lies in that. Stockfish Level 5 is no ordinary opponent. With a rating near 2200 ELO, it plays like a seasoned predator. Precise, merciless, unshakable. Geminina gave it everything she had, and it wasn't enough. Not this time. It was clear this was a wall she couldn't scale alone. And so, with no choice but to accept her limits, Geminina turned away from the smoldering battlefield. Not in defeat, but in search. Because, deep in her, a whisper stirred. A whisper of help. As the silence settled after the final move, a quiet thought stirred in her heart. There was a place she hadn't thought about in a long time. A place where her journey began, where she wasn't alone. The village, where others like her once dreamed, trained, waited. She had sisters, 3 of them, each with their own fire, their own flaws, their own potential. Not complete, but not forgotten. And maybe one of them was the answer. Maybe one of them could succeed where she could not. So, weary but determined, Geminina turned toward home, back to the quiet hills and worn tiles of their forgotten training grounds, back to where legends are born. Because this wasn't the end. This was the moment everything began to change. When Geminina arrived at the place where it all began, they welcomed her. With open arms and worried eyes, they rushed to her side, embracing her, tending to her wounds, asking softly, "What happened, sister?" There was no judgment, only warmth, only home. 3 sisters, 3 paths, 3 chances to overcome the impossible. Jenna, the calm strategist, thoughtful, composed, analytical, the older sister energy, often seen reading, observing quietly before acting. Olivia, the fierce fighter, bold, passionate, headstrong. She's the one who speaks her mind and takes action first. Amira, the visionary dreamer, intuitive, quiet strength, mystical and creative, the most introspective, often seeing things others miss. The news of Geminina's crushing defeat left a quiet stillness among her sisters, not silence from doubt, but from determination taking root. They listened, they understood, and they knew what had to be done. If one of them were to face the stockfish monster, they would have to earn it. No favoritism, no shortcuts. A tournament between sisters to find the strongest, the sharpest, the one most ready for the impossible, not as rivals, but as warriors bound by purpose. And so the challenge was set. Only one would rise, but all would stand behind her, together. Before we continue the tale, let's take a moment to explain what's really happening under the hood. Geminina was our first creation. Born from curiosity, she began as a simple random move generator, a blank slate, and we used her as a teaching ground to explore the core ideas behind chess engine development. Piece by piece, we added strength, evaluation, search, opening principles, positional play. She grew, not just in elo, but in purpose. But that method has its limits. So this time, with her sisters, we took a new approach. Rather than building from scratch, we asked the LLM to design fully formed engines from the very beginning, strong, feature-complete, and ready for battle. Each one was crafted with its own style, its own logic, and its own potential. They weren't just continuations of Geminina, they were reinventions. And now, It's time to find out which of them is truly the strongest. There's only one way to know. Let the tournament begin. Well, one thing is sure, Olivia seems to like dancing with the knights. Well played, Amira. That checkmate looked smooth. Jenna is showing her younger sister how it's done. Look at that coordination and those tactics. Amazing. Wow, Amira seems on fire. And Amira takes the lead. As usual, Olivia playing with her knights as there are no other pieces. Amira is not playing around. She really wants to be the one to challenge Stockfish. Let's now look at the final results of the tournament. Amira had done it. With calm precision and quiet vision, she outplayed her sisters. Jenna was methodical. Olivia was fierce. But Amira moved like she'd already seen the future. Now the path was hers. She would face the monster that broke Geminina. And Geminina, though stepping back, would not walk away. She'd be there, just off the board, always close. Because this isn't just one sister's fight anymore. This is a shared journey. And as the shadow of Stockfish Level 4 looms once again, Amira takes her first step forward. This time, it's not a hope. It's a reckoning. Amira had arrived. The shadows parted as she stepped into the monster's lair, silent, vast, and cold. Her eyes held no fear, only calm fire, a quiet storm. Before her loomed the final test, the battle was about to begin. This time, as we watch the match unfold, we'll also be following along with an opening book to see exactly where the engines start to deviate from established theory. The book in use is Aggressive 6-1, crafted by me. It's built from top-quality games played by elite engines and carefully hand-tuned to favor sharp, double-edged positions. Designed to minimize draw rates, it leans toward imbalanced lines, where creativity and calculation are rewarded. You'll find the link to it down in the description. I've also set Amira to actively use the opening book to help avoid the repetitive, stale lines that engines at this level often fall into. Of course, the book influence ends after just a few moves, so it won't affect the integrity or outcome of the match.
All right, let's jump back into the action. Amira secured the first win after navigating a whirlwind of tactical complications. Truly impressive play. Now, the second game is already underway, and it looks like things are heating up fast. Amira strikes again. Can she truly tame the beast?
Let's watch the next few games in silence. 3 more games, then we will jump to the final score.
Amira had done it! With calm, with power, and with clarity beyond calculation, she brought the Titan to its knees. Stockfish Level 5, defeated, 9-1. Not by chance, not by luck, but through sheer mastery. The shadows of the lair faded, the board was quiet once more, but the story was far from over. For somewhere beyond the edges of the known game, new monsters stir, greater challenges await, and our new champion, Amira, stands ready. The journey doesn't end here. So if you felt the thrill, make sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Because the battle for the soul of chess has only just begun. This is ChessTube Tree,
And we're just getting started.